Hi, hello. My name is Sidra. Am I audible?
Hi. Yeah, you are audible. Good morning.
Good morning. Firstly, my name is Sidra, and I'm one of the trainers from EnglishYaari, and be taking your today's session. Firstly, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How?
You must be knowing about EnglishYaari, right? These are all the sessions that are recorded. You can serve them and watch these video any of the time that you want. And you can also book the session as per your convenience. I believe you must be knowing about all these things. The topic that is allotted for today's session is childhood memories. So, would you like to discuss about this topic?
Yes, I would like to discuss about topic.
Okay, that's really wonderful. So, having said that, would you like to just describe what actually a childhood memory is and why are we so attached to the memories of our childhood? I mean, if I add you to that situation, what nostalgic feeling do you feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Childhood, in
Mhm.
childhood, and we don't have any responsibilities, and
Yeah,
we felt
that's the best part.
very peaceful. And at that time, we only think that we have to play, and we have to go to parents, and we have to go to our relative homes, and we
Mm-hmm.
just think like that only, and we don't in childhood, and generally we don't think about future, and we don't worry about what will happen in future, and what we want to be, and what are the goals, and how we should what are the things we have to follow to reach our goal, and we don't think
Mm-hmm.
the things. So in, childhood, and we only enjoy, and school and homework, and that's it, and that is the biggest goal, to complete homework after school. That is
Yeah.
the only biggest goal for in childhood.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
whenever we get the holidays, and we plan to our relatives of grandma, uh,
Mm-hmm.
parents homes, and we
Okay.
go there, and mm, we enjoy with them, and they usually, comparing to our parents and our grandparents, they pamper us very,
Mm-hmm.
they give more freedom, and whatever we want, and they maximum they give, or they try to give. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's absolutely the case. That's why we love going to our grandparents and we enjoy that their places. Okay. If I ask you to describe about the place where you born and how is your memories related to that place, would you like to describe it?
Yes, I was born in Suryapet, which is in Telangana state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's 10 kilometers away from my uh, grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
grandmother's home.
Okay.
And whenever I have holidays, and I used to go to my grandmother's home, and uh, I enjoy with them, and whatever I want, and she cook, and any type of sweets or anything. If I ask, and she used to prepare, and she used to give.
Okay. That's it.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So far I had this discussion with you. I must say that you're doing a great job, and you have good sense of this language, and you're communicating it in a great way. There are few changes that we make with at certain places. I just don't know. I'm hearing my voice again and again. That's why there is some buffer thing coming up over here. I just don't know. Are you also hearing my voice two times?
No, and your voice is very clear to me.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Then it's not an issue. So let's continue. So firstly, whenever we are talking about any topic, we can use sentence starters like to begin with. I have gave you this example of childhood memories. So you can always start to begin with. My childhood memories are really memorable. I still remember them. And any sentence starter you can use, I believe, I think, anything. As far as I'm concerned, I'm really keen about preserving my memories, whatever is coming to your mind. So, starting with a good line is really important, and there are sentence starters, you can always use them. Uh, that's a really good thing that you don't make grammatical mistakes. So, it's a strength. Apart from this, I would like you to just be a little more energetic. It feels that there's a monotonous tone coming, like all the way the same tone. So, as we are energetic in our native language, we should be energetic in this language as well. So you might have seen that whenever you are talking in your native language, you show different kind of emotions. If you're angry, you're talking happily. So we show different kind of emotions. You understand what actually is intonation?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So try intonation in your language, modulate your voice from time to time. It will be much better as it is now. And we see every one of us use crutch words. There is no issue in using crutch words. Crutch words is like that we use, for example, I think, that's it. So these are the crutch words. There's no problem in
That's
using these words, but the thing is, if you repeatedly use these words, they'll come in notice of a person who is listening to you, and it will actually hamper the kind of conversation you are doing with that person. So maybe instead of saying these crutch words, we can take a small pause where we are not getting the vocabulary. I feel this is the only issue that we have at this moment, that we can be a bit more energetic and confident while we are communicating. And that's the matter of time. It will build up the more you will communicate with people, it will build with time. So consistency is the key over here. And apart from that, we need to build up some vocabulary so that we can use it at different places and move from intermediate to advanced level. And one thing more, whenever you are talking about any kind of questions, if suppose you're talking, oh God. Yeah, so if you're talking about your introduction or any other topic, conclusion is really important. For example, when I asked about your in like tell me something about yourself, so we need to conclude it like this is all about me and my experiences.
okay.
Is also going and you're talking about it, you can always say that this is my best childhood memories till date, and that's how you conclude it. So whenever you're giving any answer, you can always divide your answer in three parts: this introduction, body, and conclusion. So giving conclusion really gives depth to your answer, and you will be able to explain your points. So always try to conclude. uh, for example, if we are talking about the city you were born, so this is all about my city, and I really love my city. Something like that in the end you can say. So that's how it is giving me the sense that you have concluded your answer. So these are the only thing. Rest all is really good. Keep going that way. You don't do grammatical mistake, and that's a great thing. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
uh,
hmm.
in starting of our session, I introduce myself. Right? So
Yeah, yeah.
how can I conclude? And so
So you
this
can
is
always say
it's
this is all about me and my experiences. Thank you. And
that single sentence enough. This is all about me.
yeah, yeah. See, this is just one example of her
Yeah, okay.
concluding. can also use another ways to conclude. So above all the things that I have done in my life, and this is the journey so far. Thank you. So this gives a sense of conclusion. So this is just one example, and you can use anything that you like, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And if you have some experience, it's really good to talk about it. Like, I have 2 years of experience. I have around 2 years of experience that has given me the knowledge to understand these things. Anything you can talk about your experience, that's also a good thing, right?
Okay.
All right. So, any question you have so far?
No questions, and uh,
Okay.
give me any topic, and I'll try to speak on the topic, any
Okay.
extemporary topic. And if I make
Yeah.
any mistake, and you correct me.
Yeah. Yeah. I was coming to that only. So we'll try a very simple topic at this moment, and you try to follow this approach, that introduction, body, or conclusion. So firstly, you introduce the topic. Any topic I give you, your answer will become easy. If you let's suppose I say, tell me something about Instagram, and that's going to be the topic. So you can start that it's a social media platform. Tell me what actually is Instagram. Then body. Here you can give your example that do you like it or you don't like it. What is the reason that you don't like it? Then you can conclude that it's good if we use it efficiently and we don't waste much of our time. And that's something I would want to say about Instagram, and that's my perception about it. So anyway, you can conclude. So the topic is Instagram. Yeah, please go ahead. You can take 1 or 2 minutes if you want to think about it.
Sure. Instagram, it is a social media platform like WhatsApp or any other. Uh, in Instagram, we can share our images or our messages to our dear ones, and
Mm-hmm.
whatever we think, and we can uh, write on uh, that Instagram. And I feel that uh, one social media account is enough for one person. It means, if you have WhatsApp, and you don't need to install
Oh,
Instagram. Actually, this is my
yeah,
perspective.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
According to me, and one social media platform enough, and I'm using WhatsApp, and in that WhatsApp, and I have all contacts, and who are near to me, and uh, relatives, all are there. And whatever I feel, and I can write down on status, and they that will go to the our near ones. So, and if I use three, four accounts, social media accounts, and I will always, I open my mobile, and I check WhatsApp for 10 minutes, and then I'll go to the Insta, and I'll check Insta for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and reels and all those. And next time I go to the Facebook, and anybody, anything, and like that. And we have many
Oh,
social media platforms, and so if if you have one account, it is enough. Like WhatsApp or Insta or Facebook. And nowadays, many people are good with WhatsApp. And
okay.
also Insta also. But according to me, and WhatsApp is enough, and
Yeah.
Insta. And finally, I conclude that Insta is a waste of time.
Mhm.
If you don't have WhatsApp, and you can use Insta. And
Mhm.
my point is, and
Yeah,
you need to use only one social media platform, like WhatsApp or Insta or any other.
yeah, you have to
And
save the
yeah,
time, right? If you don't want to
yes,
waste our time and don't get addicted to this particular platform. Yeah, I understand it. But what do you
Yes.
say about there are different features on Instagram and for WhatsApp? Some of the features are not available on WhatsApp. There we can watch news or the other things as well on WhatsApp or on Instagram. So that's the difference, I guess.
Yes, yes, there is a difference,
Yeah, but it's
but
actually a waste kind of
yeah,
waste of
that
time. Yeah.
yeah, that little difference may not change
Mhm.
our
Yeah,
our journey towards our goal or anything.
yeah,
And
absolutely. That's a great
yeah,
point.
now see, nowadays, I am not watching news. Whenever what's going around me,
Yeah.
if I want to know, I just open my WhatsApp status, and
Mhm.
many, uh, you know, uh,
People have
friends of
posted
mine
about.
are posted.
Mhm.
Recently elections, recently in
Mhm.
my state elections completed, and yeah, one of my friends they are posting, this party got this many seats and this number of seats, and this party got 40 number
Mhm.
of seats, and this party got 10 number of seats.
Yeah, yeah.
They are posting, and
Mhm.
so I don't need to open any. No, I don't need to switch on the TV, and I don't need to watch news channel about that. Know
Mhm.
what is around, what's going around us, and all are posting in WhatsApp. If I go through WhatsApp, and I know what is going.
Mhm. So you're trying to say one platform is suffice for each one of us, so as not to waste time, right?
Yes.
Okay. One thing more I just want to come up with that if we start a sentence, we should focus on always completing that sentence. So there came a time when actually you started this people posting on WhatsApp, then suddenly jumped on Instagram. So maybe we can just shift our focus on completing a sentence one, so that the meaning is evident from your way of speaking. But that's not a big issue. All right. I just have one more thing to share that please dedicate 15 minutes of your day to reading loudly. So it is going to help you with this thing of intonation and you will try different ways and until you will understand which works better for you. So you'll be able to try in a different way. So I'm sharing my screen just for a moment to see how do you read this particular thing.
Sure. So then you want a story, and I will tell you one. But just the one, don't either of you ask me for more. It's late, and we have a long day of travel ahead of us. Parry, you and I, you will need your sleep tonight, and you too. Abdullah, I am counting on you. Bye while your sister and I are away, so is your mother. Now, one story, then listen, both of you listen well and don't interrupt. Once
All
upon
right,
a time,
that's
okay,
enough. Okay, so few things I would like to point out. Whenever you are reading, you can follow this approach. So when we come across a comma, it's necessary to for us that we take a smaller pause. Actually, it's that's the role of comma in every sentence that we take a smaller pause on that. And on full stop, we should take a longer pause. Go ahead like this. So then, you want a story, and I'll tell you one, but just the one. So you can always modulate your voice from time to time, and if you'll try this particular approach while reading, it's going to benefit you a lot when you are speaking as well. So you might have noticed when we talk about our hobbies, we say that I like singing, reading books, and watching movies. So you take pauses in between that. That's the comma over there. So you will practice this over here and it will come in your speech as well whenever you are trying to speak about any topic. So it is good if you take pauses, and intonation is something that is a part of effective communication. If you modulate your voice from time to time, you'll be able to make people understand what actually you are trying to say. And you can also emphasize few things while you are talking. For example, here this person has emphasized, but just the one. So he will tell the story, but only one. And there is this one
okay.
another thing for reading, that you will also learn the art of framing correct sentences, and you will see grammatical things, that how to use it. You will need your sleep tonight. So this person is talking about coming future. So we get to
Hmm.
see the thing that we can also correct while reading. And apart from this, when we read, we come across different words. For example, let's suppose we came across this word called tonight. So it's not only the thing that we know the meaning of this word, we also should try to frame a sentence from this particular word, so that we can use it in our day to day language as well. For example, tonight I'll be having my favorite dinner, or tonight I'll be going to a restaurant for eating. Now, if you can please frame a sentence with this word interrupt.
Intellect. Okay. Uh, when I was going to my home, and
Hmm.
a dog interrupted my journey, and the dog
Yeah.
came. Suddenly, the dog interrupted my bike journey.
Yeah.
The dog came
Okay.
onto the road, and that interrupted my journey.
Hmm. It interrupted my journey. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So try this approach. It will actually improve your lexical resources, and you'll be comfortable with this language. Being comfortable with this language is really important whenever we are communicating, so that we don't just feel intimidated by somebody's presence if they are speaking better than us. So we actually try reading all every day loudly, just one page. If you don't have much time, you can read loudly only one page, and try intonation. And whatever word you come across, try to frame sentences that you will be using in your day-to-day communication. So that's going to put a lot of addition to vocabulary, and you'll be you able to use these words in your general language as well. So that's the change over here. And we can try just starting one sentence and then finish that one sentence, right? For example, this sentence became a little longer when we're talking about I was interrupted by a dog while I was coming back home. So that can be real simple as well. So we can make sentences a bit simpler so that it's easy to understand, but doing a great job. We need a bit of practice and a little consistency in our approach. So that's something is required at this moment. Yeah. And any questions so far?
Uh, no questions, and you only give uh, uh, suggestions to improve my language.
Yeah. The thing is, you're doing great. You have understanding of this language, but we need to do regular practice, and by then I will be able to communicate our views more properly. So keep just what you do is that today just record your, I don't know, I'm hearing my voice again, that's why there's a overlap coming between speaking. So the thing is, record your tell me about yourself. The thing is your introduction. See how is it
Okay.
coming out, and what you can add up, because whenever we meet a new person, they always ask this question, tell me something about yourself. So you can talk about your
Yes.
experience as well, which is really important part, and what is your profession and everything. So we should just inculcate all these things in just a small para, so that the person is able to understand what actually is our story all about,
Yes, yes,
right?
there is a common question mental producers
Yeah, yeah.
and others. And yeah, briefly we uh, talk about our session, what happened in our session. Firstly, uh, in our session, I introduced myself, and
Yeah.
then we discussed about childhood memories. And
Mhm.
there I did some few mistakes, and you corrected me, and you pointed my mistakes, and then uh, we spoke about a social media platform and called Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you gave a para to read, and
Mm-hmm.
I read that para, means that paragraph, and then uh, you said that how to read and how to follow commas and full stops while we are reading a passage.
Yeah.
And yes, and yeah, those are the things we discussed, right? And did I miss any point?
No, no, you didn't miss any point. That's pretty much the thing that we discussed in this particular session. So yeah, so these commas, if we will follow them while reading, we will come across while speaking as well these commas. So we have to use them. That's the purpose I was trying to express at that point of time.
Okay.
All right. So with this, we have reached towards the end of the session. Any questions you have for me?
Questions, yes.
Okay.
When you are asking questions, suddenly nothing in my mind. What I need to ask and what should I ask? What should I ask?
Okay.
And
So
uh,
we start from the very general thing that I have suggested today. Just try reading for on a regular basis, and we'll see
yes,
if we are going to meet any other time. That how is the progress and how you have understood that if it is helping you or we can do
mm,
something else. But consistency is the growth, and try speaking regularly, and even if you don't have an environment of any this particular language, so you can just stand in front of a mirror and communicate with yourself. That's also the thing we can do today. So you can
okay,
every day just get up and just write down in your journal, or don't write in your journal. You can just say, today I'll be completing this, today I'll be going there, that, and all that stuff. You can just narrate it, and it's actually going to give you the confidence of this particular language. That's the thing.
sure. And I today onwards, and I read one paper loudly
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
15 minutes,
Definitely.
and surely
Yeah,
I will do that. And
yeah,
earlier I did not do that, reading a paper daily. I didn't do. I just, um, I watch Indian English videos, and uh,
yeah, yeah.
I,
So for
yeah,
that videos,
mm,
I have this suggestion. When you are watching those videos, switch on the subtitles and also read yourself what is coming on the screen. And that's also is going to give you the confidence. So you will be able to understand what is this, what is the way of this person speaking. So you can see they also intonate their voice. They try different ways of speaking while they are communicating. So you can try that as well.
sure. And finally, and you said important points are, and one, uh, take a paragraph and read at least for 15 minutes daily
Yeah,
basis. And second one, while you are reading paragraphs, and focus on commas and full stops, and maintain the same voice, and then don't go to the low and don't go to the high. You said right that point.
no, I said sometimes modulate your voice. Modulate means
Uh,
sometimes you can just be louder, sometimes you can be a little slower, so you can emphasize at certain points. For example, in
okay,
your introduction, you have to talk about experience. So you'll be saying, I have around 5 years of experience. In different ways. That's my way of speaking. You can have your own way of speaking. So you can just modulate it. It's not a matter of louder or slower tone, it's a matter of changing your tone from time to time.
okay.
Yeah. All right. These were the points. You mentioned it correctly. These are the things that I suggested for today's session. So, thank you for joining. It was good interacting and good to see you. Bye.